All right. Let's get this started. Looks like DeKalb has completely loaded in. Deerfield will be next. This is a best of 3, with losers and grand finals being best of 5. But we are going to start with best of 3. These wins will update as they go on. And we will just see how these teams go. I think so. It's Deerfield versus DeKalb. My money is on Deerfield here probably, but I think DeKalb can pull something sneaky. Cobra's saying I'm the GOAT for giving them a free first round, even though they gotta beat Deerfield, so we'll see how that goes. The code is 74332940. All right. There is the entirety of DeKalb. Gotta make sure everyone remembers the weekly bans that are in effect. Actually, real quick, I'm going to close my game and then reopen it just in case of crashes. What's up, Requiem? the invite squirt gun. Alright. Let me move myself up here. We are going to get this started very shortly. Let's see how the other stream is gonna go. Alright, they should be getting in here soon. Okay. Alright, we'll give them until 2:05. We've got 2 matches in progress. These are some pretty interesting starting games. We've seen this matchup before, the Calb versus Deerfield, and we've seen Unit 5 versus Lane Tech before. Alright, 1 minute. Alright, starting in a second. Starting now. Yep, it's 2:05. Alright, we're starting it up. Alright, let's see these bands. Alright, first ban on a Mimikyu from Deerfield and another ban on Delmise. Left side team's going a lot of attackers here, trying to take away Noodle's stronger attacker picks. Let's resize this so that we can see everything better. Very all-rounder heavy on the right side team, very attacker and support heavy on the left side team. Looks like a first pick for a defender here. Might go for a swap on something else, grabbing the Blissey. Obviously a very, very strong supporter pick since Clefable is banned. Right side team immediately grabbing a sniper and then grabbing an Umbreon as a defense. Looking like they're going a very poke-heavy comp here. Factosha grabbing the Blaziken. Pairs very well with the Blissey here. Cobra debating on his pick, might try to swap, going for the Alolan Raichu. Might have a little bit of a hard time closing the distance on Venu, but can very easily avoid Umbreon stuns. Looks like Galadovin is picking the Ceruledge for some backline dive here, and Aurora Veil going a very strong support in Alcremie. Two very strong support picks from both teams. Squirtgun maybe going for the Slowbro here, and Insomnia picking the Leafeon. Really strong counter to this Venusaur if Umbreon cannot shut them down. Noodle hovering over a Pokemon that is a friendly band. Maybe going for a switch here. And he's grabbing the Espeon. Going for very mid-range poke. So it seems like right side team very heavy on the poke and keeping their backline safe with the Umbreon and the Alcremie. Meanwhile, left side team is very grouped up, very like isolating one target, big area damage. I really like left side team's team comp here. They've got the Rip, they've got the Secure, they've got the Burst, they've got the Stuns. I think Blissey pairs very well with both of their divers. Slowbro pairs very well with Arai, countering any dives from the other team. Leafeon is a great counter to both Venusaur and Espeon, so I would definitely give the draft to DeKalb here. But it just really comes down to play style. I know Galadovin's Ceruledge is very strong here. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, it looks like no crashes, which is good. I'll send out a reminder after this first game to all teams to make sure they restart their games after every match so that we get no crashes. Alright, looks like traditional top lane here. Cerulege opting for the top lane here and giving jungle to the Espeon. Bottom lane on left side team looks very strong. This right side team's bottom lane really lacking the secure and the bulk. Slowbro managed to get both of those in mid, not pressing for scores there. Top side team, Cerulege looking a little low here. Missing out on some farm and handing it over to the left side team. Insomnia went for that early, big kill on the Cerulege there. Potentially getting some scores off here. Very important stacks for Leafeon. Espeon coming up for that gank. Looks like it will be a heal Blissey. Insomnia just backing immediately. Not staying for the 850 birds here. This could be a problem for left side team. They'll be missing a lot of experience if they don't get a lot of these. Oh, big stun on the Blaziken. Blaziken managing to dash out. Blissey covering him with heals. Bottom side team, looks like Slowbro has gotten a good chunk of farm here. He's level 5 now. We've got 2 level 4s on the right side here. Umbreon managing to get that farm. Cobra looking a little low level. Same with Factotia here. Their carries are not looking the levels that they should be here, but Insomnia, already level 6, has both moves. Clears his jungle and is now heading to mid. Oh, no, rotating to top, going for this gank on the Cerulege potentially. Butters there with him. They gave vision of Insomnia there. Factotia trying to play as bait here. Gets the Cerulege, drags him back. Doesn't manage to kill the Cerulege. Doesn't manage to kill the Alcremie either. Bottom lane here, Arai just going for the rip. Letting Slowbro kind of peel for him here. Catching out this Umbreon and this Venu. Big dive from the Leafeon for the kill on the Venu. And left side team manages to get the middle objective. Cerulege going for the score. Espeon trying to peel for them here with the stuns. They do manage to dodge out of a lot of them. Factotia backs up. Not able to drag the Cerulege in. 720 birds right here. Right side team getting a lot of it. Leafeon just really late to that. Does manage to get some lane farm. Backing up, trying to play this safe. But they are getting hard pressured on their side here for their farm. Factotia does drag the farm back. A good move from him. Bottom lane, we've got Slowbro stealing the middle farm. Looks like bottom lane, I would definitely give the level advantage to left side here. Ooh, Venu does get their level 7 though. But Slowbro looking at almost a level 8 here. On par with his jungler. Topside team, Cerulege and Espeon do manage to rip through that. Big Leafeon ult coming out. Not able to get any picks, and the Espeon ult manages to catch him without full heal. Blaziken not able to get much done. I think they're just going to have to let this walk in and let this goal zone walk. Unable to catch the Cerulege there. Okay, we had a game crash. Oh yeah, looks like Cobra crashed back here in their area. Alright, let's see when they can get back in here. Game crashing in the middle is unexpected. I should probably just have my Discord pulled up next to me just so I can know when somebody crashes. Sorry, I had to be muted there. I was doing stuff, but that was a pretty wild game. A lot of damage coming out from these attackers again, just like unable to get flanks, unable to really go in as a team, and when they do go in as a team, they get counter ulted. So DeKalb really had a hard time that game. Really unfortunate. We're going to reset this, and we will be back. We're gonna wait for them to get us in here. Oh, I just realized what I need to do with this one too. What size is this? 36, okay. Okay, great. Zero. Impact font. 36. This one is 649. And then 34. Alright, let's invite the entirety of this team in here. Should be all of them, right? Or this guy still needs an invite. Okay. Alright, this is going to be an interesting one. We just saw how Deerfield did really well with that team comp, and DeKalb wasn't able to find a counter to it. So let's see if Free Agents is able to find a solid counter to that team comp. let's see. We need to... Ay, ay, ay. People do not know how to schedule things. Alright. Free agents might just have to FF. So we'll see. $305 free agents will just have to surrender if they can't get anyone. And we will just watch the other game that's going on. Do. we're just going to be watching this game. This is the Lane Tech and McLakes game. Sadly, I'm not in the lobby. I'll be in the lobby after the next one. But this is the first game right here. So there was already a pretty big team fight where Mimikyu did get a really good team wipe. This Mimikyu is running with a Sweet Kiss Comfey. So on orange team we have Lane Tech. On purple team we have McLakes. McLakes is using a sub in Wiz, who is playing for, he's playing Inteleon. Whoa! That is a wild secure that Metagross just got. I did not expect that. I'm not sure how that happened. Looks like Mimikyu is going in here. Maybe getting the Sweet Kiss up soon. Big ult coming out on the Blaziken, but does get canceled out. Cerulege gets a big ult. They do get the kill on the Mimikyu. Mimikyu was just a little too aggressive there. That's 2 kills for Blaze here. Blaze going in on this Metagross. Metagross ejects out. Oh, Blastoise with a massive ult, killing that Cerulege. Inteleon ulting to try to push them back here. Getting caught out by this Pikachu. Does go down to the Pika. Big catch from this Snorlax and this Metagross, but not the Snorlax, but Blaziken is just able to stay alive in that team fight for so long. Looks like Blaziken's finally backing up after a very long, prolonged team fight up there. That team wipe that Mimikyu got early on did give them an early point lead, but Lane Tech is quickly making that back up here. 4 top, 4 McLakes here, diving in on this Pikachu, does get stunned, zoned out, does not decide to push this goal zone. Cerulege coming up, potentially getting caught out by this Mimikyu, does get the Shadow Sneak on him. Cerulege just unable to really fight this Mimikyu, but a massive ult coming out. Good full heal coming out from the Mimikyu to survive that Cerulege ult, but the Snorlax does get the flank. Somehow Cerulege is still alive, and his burn kills the Inteleon. This Cerulege player is just living every interaction they go into for so much longer than expected. Lane Tech really wants these scores, but just cannot manage to get them off. Blaziken getting real low here, does manage to get through the farm and survive. A big ult coming out from the Snorlax to survive this. Metagross does manage to rip bottom while this fight is happening. Snorlax backing up. Eldegoss trying to give heals to their team here. Blaziken looking for a rip on this objective. Mimikyu does have Comfey on them here. Eldegoss just giving massive heals to their entire team here. Cerulege going through mid, maybe trying to kill this Metagross, but unable to. Mimikyu looking for a Shadow Sneak on this Cerulege here. Big stun coming out from the... Oh, big dive from the Mimikyu, but did not expect the Eldegoss ult. Good zoning out by the Snorlax there for an easy pick, but they do lose 2 here from the flank on this Inteleon. This Inteleon's doing massive damage. Blaziken managing to stay alive a little bit longer than expected, maybe going down to the Liquidation Inteleon. Still keeping their support and their defender alive here. Eldegoss taking a lot of damage from that Liquidation. It was a very awkward fight. Mimikyu going down early, but managing to stall long enough for their team to just get into that fight and get those flanks, giving Metagross a lot of levels here. Cerulege coming in, trying to get this farm. Purple team definitely staying up on their levels, getting farm when they need to. They definitely have the level advantage here with 3 level 12s. No one's going for the rip here. Middle is going to be up soon. Is purple team going to make a push for this? Doesn't look like it. Metagross is tapping it a little bit. Here comes the Mimikyu. They're going for the full rip here. Snorlax trying to look for a steal. Unable to get past this Blastoise. Maybe McLakes is trying to push this in. No, just using it to apply pressure. Position for Kyogre. They might just go for the flip here. Try to get it before Lane Tech can react. Lane Tech, it seems like they're predicting this with the Blaze and the Snorlax rotating down. Lane Tech manages to get down in time. All 5 members of McLakes just grouped up there. They do have a pretty solid point lead here. Pikachu does back. They are down a member now. Mimikyu just looking for a potential flank here. Blaziken poking it, trying to get some action out of Purple Team. A big Zen headbutt, big ult as well. Blaziken does manage to get a big hit off on that. Oh, Inteleon very low here from that that Cerulege ult. Cerulege just plowing through everyone here. Pikachu managing to get a massive Electro Ball and ult combo off to kill their entire team. And it looks like Lane Tech just gets a full team wipe here. Are they going to go for the rip? It does look like they are going to go for it. They do have Blaziken coming in for the secure. That was just an amazingly executed Cerulege ult, just shredding their HP down. Yeah, it does not look like Purple Team's going to get there in time. They do have the potential to stop them here. Cerulege kind of getting poked out here, but able to distract long enough for the Snorlax to get a score. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're getting a bunch of scores off. Blaziken hooking this Mimikyu back, going for a 1v1 brawl with him backing up. Snorlax zoning out the Inteleon so that Blaziken could get out. They do manage to kill the Metagross down bot, but they have 2 bot down here with Blastoise and Eldegoss zoning out this Pikachu. Looks like they're going for a 2-man push top with 2 people defending bottom. Will they be able to defend against that Pikachu for long enough, though? A lot of damage coming out from the Mimikyu. Pikachu does go down with buff on. This could secure the game here for them if they're able to kill this Cerulege and get these scores off. They do manage to get the score off for Mimikyu. Inteleon unable to score through the burn. That could win the game there. I'm pretty sure McLake still wins this game. And they do still win the game. Even without that 100, they were still in the lead. Lane Tech was just unable to build a strong push there. Very close game, though. Alright, we are back. This is a loser's bracket game. It is still best of 3. One of these teams will be eliminated after this. We have free agents who had to forfeit their first game, and then we have Unit 5 who lost 2-0 to Lane Tech. Let me fix this record. And let me make sure that free agents has a team. It looks like they do. Unit 5 should be good as well. All right. We're getting through these semi-quickly. I'm guessing this is a Unit 5 coach. Yep, looks like it. Okay. All good. Let's see. We're waiting on Andrew and Kira. And then free agents will be good. All right, they need one more. Just waiting on this last person. Free agent team might have to surrender a game, which would be unfortunate. Let me actually join their VC real quick. I'll be back. What's going on in here? All right, they are good. We are just gonna wait for them to be ready, and then we will be starting. Mr. Bot left. Let's get him back in here. Wow, they're already 6 minutes into a game. Oh. Who else just left? Banana just left. I'm going to start in 2 minutes. Don't want to give them all the time in the world. Alright, they are ready. We are going to start it up. Let's see how this draft goes. First ban going on to Clefable, banning the safe support, makes sense. Almost an immediate ban on Umbreon here. Interesting. I guess they're afraid of the isolation that they've seen from Deerfield. Banana. Is he going to miss his ban? Nope, banning Blissey. Going for the double support ban on the side of free agents. Right Beef. Is he going to get to a Pokemon in time? He's scrolling. Finds the Decidueye. Banning the Decidueye. And then Kira or Mikaza banning the Blaziken. And a Comfey ban. They do not want to deal with any kind of pockets here. Okay. Requiem looking like he's just locking in the Snorlax immediately. Not considering a support, not considering a carry. Dhelmise and Hoopa immediately locked in. That is a dangerous combo right there. You get the instant lock-in on the Garchomp. I like that into Hoopa. And a Meowscarada pick. That is debatable. We will see how that goes. It's definitely going to have a hard time into Dhelmise, but a pretty easy time into Venusaur. However, with a Goodra frontline and a Dhelmise frontline, it's going to be very difficult to get through that. At least if you're going from front to back to Venusaur, you need to get those flanks. And it looks like we're going to get a Suicune pick and a... Wow, and a Miraidon pick. So they are going very brawl heavy here. Not a lot of healing, although the right side team has lots and lots of healing coming from Goodra and Scizor here. So you do see the Curse Incense on the Suicune here. Yeah, and it looks like left side team is going for kind of a split objective here. They have two people very dive heavy, and then two people very poke heavy, and then they have Snorlax to kind of zone out depending on what they need. Right side team, however, super brawly. like every single Pokemon on their balls except for Venu. So Venu is going to be that backline, going to be securing those kills, securing that farm objective, stuff like that, while the rest of their team is just always in the other team's face. So I would, in terms of matchups here, I would give the draft to Unit 5. Unit 5, they have the perfect counters to Garchomp and Meowscarada. Garchomp and Meowscarada are going to have a really hard time, especially without like full heals. And then they can really easily plow through to get to Suicune. They're going to have a bit of an issue with Miraidon, though, so that will be either Dhelmise's job to grab him or Scizzor's job to dive him. Alright, I'm very curious. The lanes here, looks like Meowscarada is going for that top, Garchomp going for that mid. Looks like Scizor or Scyther is going for that middle. And we get the Dhelmise Venusaur bottom lane. That is very interesting. And a Goodra Hoopa top lane. Suicune playing to steal here, does not manage to steal it. The Goodra secures. Meanwhile, down bot, looks like Miraidon has been able to get a good amount of farms. So has this Snorlax. Snorlax actually packing a lot of points. Looks like Unit 5's trying to find this Miraidon. Doesn't want to deal with his poke damage here. Going for this top farm now. Miraidon is definitely going to be this team's biggest issue. And it is a Scizor. Top lane, Garchomp's having a bit of a struggle here. Not really able to get much off. Does get stunned out by the Suicune, but Suicune able to catch the Hoopa here. Meow misses the Leafage, but is still going in on this Goodra. Maybe getting a score off. No, does not get the score off on the in front of the Goodra. Suicune getting poked out, does have to eject out. Meow does go down after trying to re-engage on that Scizor. Suicune just has to back up and try to steal this farm from a distance, but now they're getting dived by the Scizor, and they go down to Hoopa. Unit 5 putting a lot of pressure on this other team here. Not really allowing this top lane to do what they want. Scizor not able to get a score off due to that one ball toy just in his way. Suicune trying to hold this goal zone down. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, not much going on. Everyone's just playing from range, which means Dhelmise isn't able to get much off. Top lane, Scizor did go back to his jungle. Meow is still living up here after taking their red buff. They are going Flower Trick here. Middle still untouched for the first 15 seconds. Garchomp still level 4, desperately needs those levels. Venu kind of looking for something, just wants to get some damage out here, wants to find some kind of catch. We have an engage up in top lane. Goodra getting real low, getting that Hoopa portal back. Garchomp unable to scoop them in time. And Meow just hanging out at 1 HP, just never retreating. We've got a 4-man rotation up top. Scizor coming in for this catch on this Garchomp. Garchomp does manage to dash through, but will he survive? He gets to the berry in time. Oh, Scizor still with all those dashes just able to close the distance. That is a 5-man rotation up to top lane for this objective. Suicune trying their hardest to just zone out. And it looks like the Hoopa portal for a sneaky rotation down bottom. Scizor trying to get that flank, but Snorlax zoning him out from this Miraidon, not allowing him to get to his backline. Ooh, a sneaky Dhelmise grab, almost getting that Miraidon. And it looks like they're all taking the portal back, and they're all coming back down to bottom lane, maybe just going for this rip here, still looking for this engage. Really just wanting to get these kills before any type of rip starts, but this Scizor is just unable to dive onto this Miraidon, and now he's left alone. The rest of his team comes back in, but Miraidon's just poking from a distance. Dhelmise getting really low, and the whole team left right as the objective got to low HP. Shedinjal coming out from Vinu, but it's just not enough to keep them off of his back. Meow trying to get some damage in here. Garchomp does just manage to rip top lane with Suicune zoning out Gudra, but Suicune does go down. Big score there from the Miraidon for a pretty solid break for free agents here. Gudra still just looking to get some farm here. Does have Unite against a level 7 Garchomp, unable to escape the slows coming out from Gudra. And just an update on the other game, it looks like it is 1 versus 1. It is 1-1 for Lane Tech versus McLakes, so a pretty close game. Oh, another great zoning by this Snorlax for this Miraidon. The hook unable to grab the Miraidon that they wanted. A lot of heals coming out from the Gudra, but unable to heal through all of that damage. Another amazing Snorlax block. Does manage to TP. Delmise gets the grab. Scizor coming in for the flank here. Might actually be able to get a pick, but backs off of the Miraidon, prioritizing the Snorlax in the backline. Does manage to kill the Meow. Going in for this kill. Manages to get the grab. That was a perfectly executed kill right there. Might be able to just take this this Snorlax out. His block doing a lot of work for him, keeping him alive for a long time. Meow teleporting in, trying to get an ult off. Shedinjidal coming out from the Venu, saving their life, but the flower trick does still decimate them. Scyther trying to get the Scizor trying to get something off here, but the Suicune stuns with the Miraidon poke is just way too much to stay through. More Shred coming out from this Miraidon. They are really just trying to close this gap. Garchomp coming in for the big Unite move, unable to secure 2 kills. Suicune ult comes out, trying to keep them off of this Garchomp. Snorlax gets a big ult, but Orange Team is just barely holding this down. Big Delmise ult coming out on this Miraidon, able to get the kill. Suicune on 1 HP. Whirlpool comes out, manages to get the kill on him as well. Snorlax goes down. Garchomp doesn't even bother pushing that. And that was basically a 5-minute fight. Looks like free agents is going for the rip here. Meow just playing really aggressive here, but does manage to get that ult off, chip down Gudra a lot. Really just trying to secure this, and it does go to Unit 5. Very close. A lot of secures were just wasted before that secure was available. So they just kind of missed their opportunities to get it safely, but they still did manage to get it. They do manage to get the big 40 off from Venu. Wow. Looks like they're going for a full team push here. Delmise is looking really low here, and Miraidon is doing a good job of keeping them at good distance away. They do manage to get through the portal. Scizor and Gudra left here. Gudra does ult for these big heals. Delmise comes back through, but is unable to really get anything off. Gudra can't get in the portal in time. The zoning out from the Snorlax. Very well done here. Scizor is left alone with this Miraidon, but cannot close the distance. They did manage to kill 2 on purple team for only 1 on their team. They get the portal back for the Hoopa, and it looks like Venu's just starting to hit this middle objective, trying to get their team to come around to them. Miraidon still playing from a good distance here, able to outrange those hooks is what they need to be doing. Good Venu beam, chunking this Snorlax. Zoning out this Scizor. This Scizor might be a little caught out here in the Suicune stuns. Does get chipped a big amount, but is still alive. Miraidon and Suicune go down to some massive ults from this other team. That Venu was just chunking them from a distance, and no one even saw them. Looks like they're going for the rip here. If they rip this fast enough, they can very easily win. They do have Suicune and most of the other team coming back in. That is Venu beam out. It is pretty low. Venu is also low HP. They cannot make a mistake here. And the beam so late from the Venu, unable to secure that objective. Scizor trying to get this kill on the Snorlax. The Goodra does take that kill, but Scizor just gets chunked down by the Suicune and the Miraidon combo, and is just unable to get anything off here. Big beam coming out from Venu. Hook on the Goodra. They are stealing buffs from Purple Team here. The score is still very close. Miraidon did get a score, but they still have lots of members with buffs on Orange Team. Goodra might just be able to get this score off for free. They just ignored bottom lane, even though they had Miraidon coming back to defend. That is a big score for Goodra, and Purple Team got no scores off on these goals after that initial Miraidon score. I believe that will be a win for Unit 5. That was an intense game. Almost an astronomical choke from that Venu on that secure there, but they did manage to win that team fight overall with their low respawn timers. Unit 5 up 1 point on free agents here. Alright, we're going to give them some time to prep. And I'm going to ping them and just tell them to let me know when they are ready. After this match, and after the Lane Tech and McLakes match finishes up, we will only have one more game, which is the loser of McLakes versus Lane Tech against DeKalb. The loser of that will be eliminated, and then we will have our top 4, and then we will just go from there. Looks like free agents is just resetting their games, and then they will be back. This is like a small tournament, run through for high school league teams. This is like a preseason tournament for the regular season, so we're just running it through one day. Um, so we're just waiting for this team to get in, for all of them to let me know that they're ready, and then we're gonna start it up. Right now, Unit 5 won last game. They choked to secure, but then still won the fight overall. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we'll watch this game, and then we have one more game after this, and then we're done for the day, and then day 2 will start tomorrow with the top 4 teams. But so far, it's going pretty good. I'll show the bracket after this game. All right, let's see if these teams are ready. I'm going to start in 3 minutes at 4 p.m. Yeah, happy holidays to you too. Oh. Are they ready? Doesn't look like it, but we're gonna start soon. Alright, looks like one team is ready. Alright, starting in 1 minute. Alright, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Zerniax, or however that's pronounced. Which team are you cheering for? There's free agents, which is basically like kind of a group of people that haven't really played together. And then you have Unit 5, which they've been playing together for a decent amount of time, but they don't really play solo, so they don't have a ton of experience. Alright, we are going to start it up. See how this goes. Alright, let's see this beginning draft. We're going to see similar drafts from last game. Potentially some target bans. Oh, okay, we get a ban on Zoroark. I think that may have been an accident. I think he was just scrolling through Pokemon. We get a ban on Umbreon. That makes sense. Delmai's ban, trying to take away that tank from Unit 5 that they had last game. A Decidueye ban, I'm guessing that is a target ban. A Suicune ban coming out. Free Agents was using Suicune last game, so I'm kind of surprised they're banning it now. And then a Miraidon ban. Definitely was an issue last game. They were unable to really deal with it, and it was just shredding down their front line. A Ceruledge pick immediately coming out from Requiem. That's an odd pick. A Delphox and a Goodra, first 2 picks. No supporters, no No good, like, carry all-rounders. This is very interesting. It looks like they're going to try to steal the Scizor from the other team, who was definitely an issue for their back line. They definitely need a good assassin for this Delphox, and if he's running Scyther, that would work. Oh, man. Unit 5 is going heavy on the poke damage here. They are going Heals Blissey here, most likely. And they're going Greninja. That could serve as their assassin if they play it well. And for the last pick here, grabbing Dragonite? Maybe? Buzzwole? I like the Buzzwole pick here. Okay, Buzzwole pick. I would 100% give this draft to right side team. They have the zoning with Hoopa and Goodra. They have the damage and the poke from Delphox and Venu, and then they have the frontline brawl, the isolation character of Buzzwole. And especially if they're going Leech Life, it's just perfect setups for Venusaur and for Delphox to just get massive damage off. Meanwhile, left side team, Garchomp just does not feel like he does much into this team comp unless he gets a good flank and a good ult off on them. If it's Scizor here and not Scyther, then he's going to have a really hard time diving this backline. Crustle, though, is an amazing pick into these two backliners because he can very easily isolate them. But that is very dependent on if his team can capitalize off of his walls. But I definitely think Unit 5 has the better draft here, but it is very dependent on them being able to zone out the other team and make sure this Crustle does not stun them out. Looks like it is going to be a jungle Venu with a bottom lane Hoopa instead of a top lane Hoopa, going for the Delphox Buzzwole lane. That is a very strange lane to be going for here. And the Froakie is going top as well. Did not expect that. Delphox does secure that farm from them. Meanwhile, Hoopa and Goodra zoning out this Garchomp with great success, not letting him get really anything off here. Up top, we do have a bit of a skirmish here. Buzzwole trying to look for a pick here. Almost got the Blissey. Crustle does have his level 4 now. And we do have a jungle gank from Unit 5 on the bottom lane here. But Venu backing up. Looking like he's going to go for middle farm here instead of the 850. Crustle trying to zone them out, but pushes them into the Hoopa portal. Scizor putting a lot of pressure on this Buzzwole here. Does get the kill on the Buzzwole. Meanwhile, Crustle and Garchomp looking really low. The Sludge Bomb manages to catch the Garchomp. Great coordination from this Hoopa and this Venu to just be able to zone them out, keep the Venu healthy, and just poke them out non-stop. Meanwhile, top lane did suffer a little bit from that gank. Delphox taking some of the jungle here. These are very odd lanes, but it seems like it's working for the respective teams. However, bottom lane is definitely suffering in terms of levels for free agents here. Looks like Unit 5 going for this middle. Going for the full rip here. What is their secure, though? Oh, the Venu boosted manages to secure it. They do have Venu Beam here. Big Venu Beam coming out on the Crustle. Buzzwole barely... No, he sat there for too long. Gave the Crustle an opportunity. Big Venu Beam coming out, managing to catch the Crustle on one. killing the Garchomp as well. And Scizor is also really low here, pushing him out of the portal just in time for the Venu to back out. Big beam coming out immediately on respawn. If they don't stop this Venu could be a big issue for them. Same with the Delphox, who has just been farming in jungle and now has their levels. Another massive beam coming out from the Venu. They are just unable to close this distance. Scizor may be getting the kill, unable to catch the Venu. Another big beam. This is brutal. Just non-stop damage coming out from Unit 5, and they are just unable to close the distance to actually stop any of it. Goodra managing to still get out and then come back for the stuns. Big Venu ult as well. Greninja trying to come in but just backs off. Knows that he can't really get much done here. Greninja going down to the portal. Scizor trying to get something off here, but Goodra comes in to peel for the Hoopa, and the Delphox just stunning them non-stop. Goodra trying to get a score here. Hoopa making the portal for them, but opting not to take it. It was just a little too far forward. Goodra does ult here. Hoopa has to X-speed out. Goodra getting kills here, though. The other team just doesn't know how to deal with this. They're just constantly walking into them. They just have so many melees. Buzzwole, meanwhile, going for a score here, able to get it off without any jump pad for free agents. And it feels like Unit 5 is just running this game right now. Oh, sorry about that, Yoshimite. Are you watching it on mobile? If you're watching it on mobile, it'll probably be more laggy. It's been really laggy on mobile recently for a lot of people. More stuns coming out. This is just so impossible for this Scizor to really make anything happen. Another massive beam. This Buzzwole trying to just shield his team from damage here. Big Greninja ult coming out, though. Able to get the kill confirm on 2 of them. Beam misses from Venu. Greninja manages to sweep every carry on Unit 5. That was very impressive. The Venu ult just was not enough to poke him down after he popped his Unite move. Focus Band procced on Greninja here. Looks like a 5-man push up top. Garchomp still missing his Unite move. Hoopa gets caught by this wall. Buzzwole trying to look to zone them out here. Does manages to push them back. Delphox manages to get the Fire Spin off on Scizor, but Scizor's just still alive. Buzzwole ult almost secures it, but does not get the kill on the Scizor. The Scizor is still alive, still standing. Delphox trying to poke them out here. Big Venu Beam taking out this Scizor, bringing them all really low. Hoopa just zoning out, and they had the Goodra ripping down bot the entire time. A massive lineup by this Venu, and it looks like they're just going to go for the rip here. They have the numbers. They have Buzzwole coming back up. Hoopa's portaling to bring himself more HP. Delphox manages to get in because of that speed buff. It is leeching, but it's just not enough. They burst it so hard. Scizor going in again. Another big Shedinjidal coming out from this Venu. The Shedinjidal is actually providing a lot of safety for this Venu. Garchomp really trying to make something work, but just gets poked down relentlessly. Greninja on low HP here. This Venu is putting in the work for his team right now. Scizor getting chunked down, but the Blissey heal's able to keep them up. Delphox with more stuns. Another big ult coming out from Venu, and Goodra ripping another objective completely on their own as the rest of their team pushes. Delphox ult on the goal zone. This is a lot of late ults coming out from Unit 5 and free agents. Regieleki does walk in. Some big scores coming from Unit 5 now. A 50, a 30. That's 2 50s coming in. That's a great break from Unit 5. They are running this game. Able to steal some jungle farm as well, but they really need to farm up their 2 attacker ults, because those have been winning these fights for them when they have gotten close to losing. Hoopa trying to back out, doesn't want to get caught out by this Greninja, gets 2 berries there because of the middle ones. X attack is procced on Greninja. Buzzwole and Gudra playing really aggressive here. Gudra positioning really far forward, trying to get vision for his team. Delphox spins the bush, finds 3. Hoopa finds 2 as well. They are just poking them out, unable to really... Free Agents is just unable to really do anything. Scizor does get Blissey ulted here. A bit of lag there. Scizor is making things happen, though. He's able to get through, but the Venu Beam pierces through every single one of them. Perfectly timed, shredding their HP to bits. That was just 3 people gone in an instant. Venu's just trying to poke this down. And the Venu ult doesn't manage to secure it, but the Sludge Bomb does. Wow. And that is the second game win for Unit 5. That was a dominating game, just completely outdrafted the other team there. And great zoning from the Gudra and the Hoopa to keep their backline alive. Buzzwole definitely had a rough start in the early game, but managed to bring it back, getting the kills that they needed. But this Venu and this Delphox were the MVPs of this match 100%, and I have to give the full MVP to Venu here. Venu got the kills, got the secures, was just hitting every beam they needed to. They were playing that very, very well. All right. And that's that game. So now we're going to move on to the last game of the day. So let me report these results. So McLakes lost to Lane Tech 2-1. And then Free Agents lost to Unit 5 2-0. So now let me grab a screenshot of this and put this up on stream and in the Discord. All right. Pretty wild game. Very well done by Unit 5 there. Very impressive. All right, let's change up these a bit. So this needs to be where'd it go? Yeah. This needs to be McLakes. Well, at least for now, we'll see which one they choose. Okay, they want first pick. So that will be McLakes, and then this one will be DeKalb. Neither have a win, and the score is 0-0. these need to swap. DeKalb. Why does it always move up? If I just, like, if I click on it, it'll just move up automatically. It's very annoying. This needs to be a 12. And this is Nick Lakes. All right. Oh, I guess I didn't put the bracket up. Let me put the bracket up real quick. Just so people have a visual on the stream. Alright. Oh, where'd it go? I guess it's just invisible. That's great. Well, it's whatever. It should be in the stream chat anyway. Alright. Interesting bans, a lot of target bans coming out from the side of DeKalb here. Oh, a Mega Char X pick is not allowed. We'll just have to restart. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. Okay, I'll be right back. These are the team comps that they joke drafted because they have to restart after someone mispicked Mega Charizard. Alright, they are back in the ban phase. Alright. And then they have to keep with the Blissey pick here. But everything else is going to change. Looks like they're grabbing a Miraidon here. And maybe a base Charizard? A Mega Lucario. Wow, okay. And a Miraidon. A Crustal pick. I really like the Crustal pick here to counter the Miraidon, but I do think a Buzzwole pick is going to suffer here. The Leafeon pick, also a great counter to Miraidon. Squirtgun picking up that Latias, I guess hoping for that poke using Umbreon. I would give this draft to... This is difficult, but I think I would give it to left side team. They have the Brawl to deal with a Buzzwole Blissey, and they have the range to deal with A-Rai. Their only issue is dealing with Leafeon. If they cannot keep this Leafeon off of their Miraidon and their Latias, they will just lose. Oh, someone had to leave. This this is gonna take so long. They're gonna have to go through draft again. This is so bad. Alright. We're having to forfeit one game because of all of their issues. I have to resume the game to end it. Okay. All right. Let's see if anyone had some MVP points here. Oh my goodness. They're so good. All right. This is going to be very annoying. All right. Now I'm the only one streaming this, so that's fun. McLakes and DeKalb. Let me know. Oh, they're ready. Okay, cool. Let's runneth the games. All right, let's see if we have some draft switch ups here. Suicune banned first again. Blastoise banned first again. Clefable ban. Makes sense, that Pokemon has been getting banned a lot. Talonflame ban, that's interesting. And a Mimikyu ban. They did ban Talonflame last time because they don't want to deal with Pigar's Talonflame. Are they going to ban the Comfey so that he can't do Comfey pocketing? They are. Okay, very similar bans, if not identical. Let's see what Lake's first picks here. Looks like they're going for the Blissey again. Another Miraidon and Megaluca pick here. Going for the Crustle to counter that. Dhelmise pick. Hopefully to just brawl this Megaluca. Looks like Insane might try to go for more of a damage-dealing defender here. Very damage-heavy. Oh, swapping with Insomnia for the Meow. Wow, that is a ballsy pick, especially when you're down 1-0. This is like your one chance to redeem yourself. So Meow is definitely gutsy here, but it can decimate. Dude, Miraidon was picked. Free agents picked Miraidon, and they were doing work on it. It didn't end up winning them the game, but they still put work on. Oh, Insane picking Slowbro here. I really like that pick actually. Great shutdown for Arai, Leafeon, and Dhelmise. And if they can isolate one, then they can use the other people to just burst down the others. I do really like the Crustle pick here, though. That's like a great pick into both Miraidon and Latias. Meow pick is the one that's throwing me off, so I do think I still have to give the draft to McLakes. But yes, I'm going to save the VODs. All of these VODs will be posted. I'm also going to create stats from like picks and bans, so we will know like what were the most picked Pokemon, what were the most banned, and what Pokemon won the most. Just because I'm curious about that. Latias is not that bad. Latias is just weird. It gives pretty good shield. It gives good movement speed. Meow is definitely like, yeah, Meow's the pick that's throwing this off. Latias is a bit of a throw off as well. I'm not sure how good Factosha is on Mega Lucario. Who's jungling here? We got Leafeon jungle, Pika, Crustlebot, Dhelmise, and Blissey top. This is Jarz's Dhelmise, so I'm expecting an MVP performance over here. Miraidon really late on the secures there, but does get both. Slowbro able to secure the first one. Meanwhile, top lane, no one going for scores here. Positioning for this middle. Lucario already really low. Let's watch this engage here. Lucario getting chunked down, and eject coming out from Dhelmise for the secure on the kill there. Meanwhile, down bot, does look like they secured that farm and are trying to make a push, but up top we have two jungles ganking here. Leafeon immediately going in. Leafeon backing up. Not Leafeon. Meow backing up, trying to use the leafage, but barely hitting it. Looks like Leafeon is ready for this middle, but it does not look like DeKalb is. Yeah, they're basically securing all of that, and now Luca's low. Luca does manage to get out. Down bottom lane, doesn't seem like levels are too much in anyone's favor here. But it definitely seems like McLakes is more prepared for farm. Dhelmise sitting in that bush, waiting for this Mega Lucario to show himself. There he is. Mega Lucario does have level 5, does eject to try to get out. Are we seeing an eject coming out from the Dhelmise here? No, but Mega Luca does go back in, gets the stun, manages to escape. Meow coming up along with Miraidon here. Miraidon showing himself to this Leafeon, a little bit dangerous. Meow does get chunked down by that Slowbro though. Great catch by him. Manages to get another surf off on him. Miraidon missing their moves. Big Crustle wall, kind of boxing himself in there. Lucario manages to get that secure. Arai just can't get there in time. Arai is going Electro Ball here. Just trying to hold off this goal zone, and they definitely can. Even with a 4-man push here, it is very awkward for them to try to push this without a real diver in Meow. a completely abandoning top lane. It looks like DeKalb is just going for a full fight down here. Meow coming down as well. Miraidon just poking. Leafeon with a big ult combo, immediately destroying the Miraidon, but a big Night Slash coming out from the Meow, getting the kill on 2 of them here, and the Arai. Meow just chasing them down relentlessly. That was actually really... That was a lot of movement coming out from the Meow there, and a good overcap from DeKalb here for 107 to 79. It's a little close, but I do think DeKalb is doing well in these team fights, but they did completely abandon top, giving this free secure to Delmise, potentially just allowing them to let this walk in. Yeah, it's gonna walk in. Only a 19 overcap, so still not able to make up the point gap. They're perched in these bushes, just kind of waiting for something. Latias went in without their team, immediately just got caught out. This whole game is very dependent on how well they can protect people. So, Crustle with a big wall on the Miraidon. Leafeon not there to capitalize. Oh, big Slowbro ult on the Leafeon with the Meow just ulting straight on top of him. Meow just ripping through their backline. Delmise does get a good ult off on him, keeps him from killing their Blissey, but Blissey walks back into the Slowbro. Slowbro gets the kill, and I would give that team fight probably to DeKalb here, but DeKalb is still kind of lacking on levels. Like, they're just now catching up. There's the level 9s. Arai just now getting his ult, coming down for this bottom lane fight. Meow showing up a bit late, but also same with Orange Team. That's a big catch on the Delmise. Delmise was just way out of position. Latias almost going down here, manages to use the Dragon Cheer to get out on 1 HP, still positioned very aggressively. Arai getting caught out here. Megaluca trying to come in to get something off, gets zoned out by the Crustle. Big ult from the Crustle and the Megaluca here. Megaluca managing to stay alive, misses that close combat, still going in here, dies to the revenge damage from the Crustle ult. Big Blissey ult on the Crustle. This man is tanky. He's just not going down. Miraidon gets zoned out by the Crustle wall. Crustle with a 3 KO streak. These are some insane plays by this Crustle. Just really, really well done zoning him out. Looks like they're going for the rip down bot. They still do have a bunch of top farm. McLake still has a bunch of jungle that they can go for, but it looks like Leafeon's going for the top farm and might just want to start the rip up on top. But they don't have their team with them. They're waiting for the 3 people rotate. Both ults come out, and Meow gets the predict on the Leafeon there with the eject. Manages to get the kill. Dragon Cheer going down onto Meow. Meow going for the rip here. Does have a very quick rip, but they definitely do lack secure unless they have Mega Lucario there. But Slowbro and Latias doing a great job of just zoning them out. This Latias is definitely getting left behind in some team fights, definitely finding itself just kind of alone in certain moments. Miraidon does manage to secure that. Latias does get caught out by that Delmise hook. Miraidon is ulting here, trying to get something to happen, but just not able to really land any of their hits. They do ult this Crustle here. This Crustle seems to be a big issue for them. Delmise ult onto this Miraidon, but the hook misses the Miraidon. Now they're just getting chain stunned by this Megaluca and this Slowbro. Mega Lucario does ult here. Mega Lucario maybe trying to look to capitalize off of their Unite move. That felt a little bit of a panic ult there. They should be able to farm it back if they give their Mega Lucario farm, but here he's just kind of ignoring the bottom farm. It looks like Latias wants him to come down, get the farm, get his ult back up. He is taking farm now. We have 4 ults on the side of McLakes, so DeKalb definitely needs to farm these ults back up or they will not stand a chance in this Kyogre fight. Lots of late ults came out in that middle fight. Slowbro does have Surf Plus, which could provide a lot of value for their team. They do have Meow ult back. Slowbro trying to get his ult back up. There is no farm on the board right now. Are they going to go for the rip down bot? They have the numbers. No, they're just positioning for mid. Meow's really aggressive up here. Maybe trying to get a catch on this Blissey because this Blissey is just completely alone. Crystal coming up to support him. Latias getting caught out again, having to eject. Slowbro getting caught out by the entire team, instantly dying to the kidnap. Big Leafeon ult taking out 2 members. Meow does get a pretty good ult here, but now he's just against the entire team. Cannot get anything off. Slowbro's coming in with ult, but he's going to be showing up pretty late. And McLegs has great rip from both Arai and Leafeon. Yeah, they're just going to get this completely for free. Slowbro coming up and maybe just wanting to ult someone just to stall as long as he can. Full heal popped by Leafeon. There's the Mega from Lucario. Weird close combat placement. No one was there, and now he doesn't have the easy reset for his power-up punch. He keeps using close combat on nothing. There's the ult on the Arai with the Miraidon ult. Mega Lucario does manage to get the buff. They do have a pretty strong push that they can make here. They have their entire team coming up. They have no ults. McLakes has 2, Blissey and Delmise, both very tanky ults here. Mega Lucario going in, trying to get something off. Miraidon does get ulted by the Delmise. Delmise hooks the Slowbro in. Oh, Mega Lucario was trying to get a kill there, just unable to get one. Big hook from the Delmise, bringing in 2 members. They took out the one person with a buff. Arai sitting on the goal zone, but Arai jumps up top. Looks like they're going to just try to go for a score here, and I'm pretty sure McLakes has this under wraps. No amount of scoring from Meow here is going to win them this game. Honestly, Mega Lucario just was not able to get much done this game. They just lost every brawl they entered, and just their cooldown management was not the best. Alright, let's update this bracket and then post it. 2-0. Yeah, just poor damage coming out from the Mega Lucario, just not able to do much there. Crustle putting in a lot of work with those stuns on the entire team, and these two just able to feed off of those stuns. Alright, we're going to end the stream there, and this will be uploaded on the page soon.